Welcome in or welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a reading of the upcoming new moon, an astrology script that I created with using AI. I've done this quite a few times before. This time I'm using Sabian symbols combined with the analysis of the chart. Okay, so let's dive in. Actually, you know what? To start off with, I don't know where it went. Hold on. Actually, never mind. We're not gonna do that. All right, so let's get started here. Oh wait, hold up. All right, so Act 1, The Descent. A low hum like electricity crawling under concrete. A city breathing in its sleep. In the hours before the new moon, the city of houses dims. Street lamps flicker. Windows shudder. Something ancient stirs beneath the asphalt. The city of houses is not a place on any map. It is the architecture of the soul. 12 districts, 12 chambers, each ruled by a different force. Tonight, the 8th district, the house of shadows, secrets, and rebirth, is waking up. It's giving like Hunger Games with the houses or something. Which there is something going on with that, by the way, on a cosmic scale, because I would say it was an angel, a female angel, came to me and told me some information that I'm not going to share, but they mentioned something about houses, like, you know, kind of like in this context. All right. The sky above it is starless. The moon is a blade of obsidian. Interestingly enough, that's kind of foreshadowing for further down, so keep note of that, I would say. And the air tastes like a storm that hasn't decided whether to break or to swallow everything whole. I would say that's an accurate depiction of the energies right now. Definitely, yeah. I walk alone through the alleys of the 8th district. The pavement is slick with something that isn't rain. The shadows feel alive, not hostile, but watchful. I can feel the new moon behind the clouds, pressing against the veil like a heartbeat. Ba-dump, ba-dump, ba-dump. Something is calling me deeper. The first omen appears at the edge of the district. A large audience, Aries, 28 degrees. They gather in the dark. Hundreds of faceless silhouettes, their eyes glowing faintly like embers. They are the watchers, the collective memory of every expectation ever placed upon a soul. They do not speak, they only observe. Their presence is a reminder. Tonight, you are both performer and witness, both the one who descends and the one who judges the descent. Their gaze presses again, and by the way, the whole thing with the descent is like this new moon is all about like shadow work, but it's much deeper than the way that people typically look at shadow work. Okay. All right. Their gaze presses against my skin, not cruel, but heavy, like the weight of every version of myself I've ever tried to live up to. I swallow hard and keep walking. The second omen rises from the mist. The peacock regent, Taurus at 30 degrees. A towering figure stands on a crumbling terrace, draped in iridescent feathers that shimmer like oil on water. Eyes, hundreds of them, blink across the plumage. Or plumage. He is beautiful, terrifying, regal, rotting. The peacock regent is the guardian of appearances, the keeper of pride, the sovereign of masks. He watches you with all his eyes and says nothing. Okay. But the message is clear. Not everything that glitters is whole. Not every empire is stable. Not every mask survives the night. His feathers rustle as I pass, a warning, a blessing, a dare. I don't look back. The third omen arrives suddenly, a sharp crack beneath your feet. The thin ice orphans, Gemini at 24 degrees. Children skate across a frozen street, their laughter echoing like broken glass. The ice beneath them is thin, so thin it groans with every glide. They are the spirits of risk, of naive courage, of choices made without knowing the cost. They remind you, every step tonight must be deliberate. The ground is fragile. The psyche is thinner than it looks. One child stops skating, looks at you, smiles with a wisdom far too old, then vanishes. A chill runs through me, not from the cold, but from the truth. I am walking on thin ice, even if the street looks solid. The fourth omen is not subtle. The brass battalion, Scorpio at 27 degrees. A military band marches through the alley, their drums pounding like war hearts, their trumpets blaring a call to awaken. They are loud, too loud. Their presence shakes dust from the rooftops. They represent the forces in your life that demand attention, the crises, the confrontations, the truths that refuse to stay quiet. They announce, the time for silence is over. The soul must face what it has avoided. The drums vibrate through my bones. I feel something inside me answering. A pulse, a readiness, a fear. I keep walking. The fifth omen waits at the border of the district. The rainbow alchemist, Taurus at 4 degrees. A cloaked figure stands beneath a fractured rainbow, holding a pot that glows from within, but the pot is cracked. The gold leaks like molten light. The alchemist whispers, "The treasure is not the reward. The treasure is the transformation." Beware illusions. Beware shortcuts. Beware fantasies that cost more than they give. The rainbow flickers, then dies. I feel the pull of desire, the longing for answers, for clarity, for the pot of gold at the end of this descent. But I know better. Nothing real comes without cost. The sixth omen is the most ominous. The prospectors, Scorpio, in the 6th degree. Men with lanterns and hollow eyes rush past you, digging through the walls, the ground, the air itself. They are searching for something: riches, meaning, escape. But their desperation is a warning. Do not abandon your center in pursuit of what glitters. Not everything that calls you is meant for you. One prospector drops his lantern. The flame sputters out. Darkness deepens. I feel the temptation to chase answers, to dig for certainty, to run towards anything that promises relief. But I stay on the path. Something deeper is calling. And finally, the 7th omen. The one that marks the true beginning of the descent. Pisces at 26 degrees. The new moon's whisper. A soft glow appears ahead. Not bright, but insistent. A voice rises from the darkness. It is time. Separate from what cannot follow. Begin the project your soul has delayed. Walk forward, alone if you must. The path splits 3 ways, none marked. This is the threshold. This is where Act 1 ends. This is where the descent becomes real. End of Act 1. Act 2 will begin with your first step into the 8th district proper. where Pluto waits, where the ancestral ghosts stir, and where the Sabian archetypes begin to speak directly. Act 2, the confrontation. A low rumble, like a subway train made of bones, passing beneath the earth. The threshold of the 8th district is not a doorway. It is a decision. The air thickens, the shadows lengthen, the city of houses exhales, and the descent becomes irreversible. The new moon sharpens her presence, a dark blade pressing against the veil. This is where the archetypes stop watching and start speaking. I step forward. The ground beneath me shifts, not physically, but psychically. It feels like the city is rearranging itself to test me. A whisper curls around my ear. You cannot enter the 8th district with anything you are not willing to lose. I swallow and keep walking. The first figure to emerge from the darkness is not a person, but a memory wearing a body. The gowned effigies, North Node Aquarius at 8 degrees. Wax figures in beautiful gowns stand in a semicircle, their faces expressionless, their eyes too glossy to be alive. They represent the future self, the one shaped by authenticity or by performance. One effigy steps forward, its voice smooth and hollow. Will you live as a display or as a truth? The North Node speaks through them. Your destiny is not in being admired. It is in being real. Their stillness unnerves me. Their beauty feels like a trap, a warning. I whisper, I choose truth. The effigies bow their heads and melt back into the shadows. But where the North Node offers destiny, the South Node offers temptation. The firebrand, South Node in Leo at 8 degrees. He shouts into the night, burn it all down. Tear the old world apart. If you're not angry, you're not awake. You know, I can kind of agree with that. I've even said those words recently. If you're not angry, there's something wrong with you, which I do stand by that. But let us continue. His voice shakes the alley, but like anger, constructive anger, okay? You know. His passion is intoxicating, dangerous. He represents the part of the soul that wants change for the sake of change. The drama, the fire, the rebellion without direction. That's what we don't want. He points at you. You feel it too, don't you? The urge to destroy what hurt you. The urge to scorch the past. I feel the heat of his words, the truth in them, the seduction. But I shake my head. I'm not here to burn the world, I say. I'm here to transform. The firebrand snarls, but steps aside. The next figure is gentler, but no less powerful. The sanctuary, Leo in the 11th degree. A massive oak tree materializes. Hold on. Its branches forming a cradle of light. Children swing from ropes, laughing softly, safe in its shadow. This is the inner child, the protected self, the part of the psyche that remembers innocence. A small child steps forward, touches your hand, and whispers, "Do not forget softness," as you walk into the dark. The oak creaks as if blessing you. The child's touch warms me, a reminder that not all power is sharp. Some of it is gentle. I breathe easier for a moment. Because the next figure is not gentle at all. The Chanticleer eagle, Sagittarius at 12 degrees. A flag unfurls above you, then morphs into an eagle, then into a rooster crowing at dawn. A being steps forward, wearing all three forms at once. He is the herald of truth, the one who forces the soul to proclaim what it believes, without hiding behind politeness. He speaks. What do you stand for? What do you refuse to bow to? What choice, what truth will you carry into the underworld? His eyes burn like sunrise. I open my mouth, but no words come. Not yet. The herald nods. You will know soon, he says. The path narrows, the air grows colder, the shadows deepen. And then the most difficult figure appears. The mistress and the slave girl, midheaven in Gemini at 12 degrees. Two women stand locked in confrontation. One draped in authority, one trembling with rage and truth. The slave girl steps forward, eyes blazing. Speak your boundaries. Demand your rights. Refuse to be diminished. The mistress sneers. Know your place. Their conflict is your conflict. The battle between the part of you that submits and the part of you that refuses to be silenced. My throat tightens. I feel both women inside of me. The one who endured and the one who is done enduring. I whisper, I choose myself. The slave girl smiles. The mistress dissolves into smoke. The path opens. The air shifts. You have passed the outer guardians. Ahead lies the true heart of the 8th district, where Pluto waits, where Saturn sharpens his scythe, where Chiron bleeds into Mars, and where Uranus cracks open the sky. The confrontation is only beginning. Act 3, the Crucible. Everyone must go through the Crucible. I've demonstrated that very profoundly in all of my most recent videos. I put myself through the Crucible and I put several other people. As much as I could have, not necessarily, but as much as I feel was necessary, yeah. Okay. A deep metallic groan, as if the city itself is shifting its bones. The outer guardians have stepped aside. Now the true lords of the 8th district awaken. The air thickens, the shadows sharpen, the new moon presses closer. A silent judge waiting for the soul to reveal its truth. This is the Crucible, where the psyche is stripped bare, where the old contracts burn, where the planetary archetypes step forward, not as symbols, but as entities. The path narrows into a corridor of black stone. Symbols pulse faintly on the walls. Sabian sigils glowing like embers. My heartbeat echoes, not from fear, but from recognition. I know who waits ahead. I keep walking. The First Lord, Pluto. A massive iron door slams open. The chamber beyond is vast, lit only by the glow of molten metal and the flicker of ancestral shadows. At the center stands a figure, tall, skeletal, armored in obsidian. I love this part. His eyes burn like dying stars. Pluto, the underworld architect. Transit Pluto conjunct natal Pluto plus Juno in the 4th house. I'm not really sure what it means by natal Pluto, but okay. Because, like, yeah, whatever. Anyway, he is the one who tears down foundations so the soul can rebuild on truth. He speaks like a voice, He speaks with a voice like collapsing stone. You have carried ghosts that were never yours. You have lived inside houses built from other people's fears. Tonight, you return them. Behind him, ancestral silhouettes rise, some weeping, some furious, some relieved. They are the patterns you inherited, the wounds you didn't choose, the contracts you never signed. Pluto raises his hand. Release them. My chest tightens. I feel the weight of generations, their expectations, their traumas, their unfinished stories. I whisper. I release what is not mine. The shadows scream, then dissolve into dust. Pluto nods. Good. Now you may face the next. The second lord, Saturn. The chamber shifts, walls rearranging like a puzzle. A tall figure steps forward, draped in midnight robes, holding a scythe carved from time itself. Saturn, the judge of boundaries. Transit Saturn conjunct natal Saturn in the 7th house. His presence is heavy, not cruel, but absolute. He speaks. You have allowed too much. You have carried too much. You have forgiven too fucking much. Now, what will you no longer tolerate? The scythe glows. This is the moment of boundary, of truth, of self-respect, sharpened into a blade. I feel the weight of every relationship that drained me, that shaped me, that tested me. I speak clearly. I will not shrink myself to be loved. I will not carry what others refuse to face. I will not betray myself for peace. Saturn lowers his scythe. Then you are ready for the wound. The third lord, Chiron. A soft light appears, the only gentle glow in the entire district. A centaur steps forward, wounded, bleeding, radiant. Chiron, the sacred wound. Transit Chiron, conjunct natal Chiron in the 7th house. His wound glows like a star. He speaks. Your pain has been your teacher. Your heartbreak has been your initiation. Your vulnerability is your power. Behind him, Mars appears, fiery, restless, impatient. Mars, the blade of will, transit Mars, conjunct natal Mars. Mars snarls. Stop bleeding, start fighting. Chiron shakes his head. No, Heal first and then act. Solid advice. Their tension crackles like lightning. When you act from an unhealed place, that's when absolute chaos and destruction ensues and nothing actually gets resolved. This is the moment where your wound becomes your weapon, not through violence, but through truth. I place my hand over my heart. The wound pulses, not with pain, but with recognition. I see you, I whisper. I honor you. I will not hide you anymore. Chiron bows. Mars smirks. Is that smirk? I don't know. The wound glows brighter. The fourth lord, Uranus. The chamber explodes with light. A crack splits the air, a jagged tear in reality. From it steps a figure made of lightning. Hair wild, eyes electric. Uranus, the awakener. Transit Uranus conjunct natal Uranus plus Sedna in the 8th house. He is chaos, revelation, liberation. He laughs, a sound like shattering glass. Ready or not, here is the truth. He touches your forehead. Visions flood you. The future self, the destiny calling, the patterns breaking, the power awakening, the truth that you can no longer ignore. Uranus whispers, you are not who you were. You are not who they wanted. You are becoming. The lightning rift closes. I gasp. My knees buckle. The visions burn behind my eyes. But I feel alive, more alive than I ever have. I whisper, I'm ready. The 4 lords step back. The chamber darkens. A single path opens, lit by the faint glow of the new moon. The initiation awaits. This is the threshold of Act 4. This is where rebirth begins. End of Act 3. Act 4, the initiation. A single heartbeat, slow, heavy, echoing through a cavern of shadows. Ba-dum-bump, ba-dum-bump. The path narrows until it becomes a thread of light. The air stills. The city of houses holds its breath. Ahead, the darkness parts. not with violence, but with inevitability. The new moon is no longer hidden. She stands at the center of the chamber, a figure carved from shadow and from starlight. Her face veiled, her presence absolute. This is not the moon you see in the sky. This is the moon you meet in the underworld. The moon of endings, the moon of beginnings, the moon of truth. I step into the chamber. The temperature drops. My breath fogs. The shadows ripple like water. The new moon lifts her head. Though her face is veiled, I feel her gaze pierce through me, not judging, but revealing. She speaks without moving her lips. I can do that, I guess. Actually, can't. No. So I can do it with going like this. Hello. I used to have a bionator. If you know, you know. I would have had perfectly straight teeth if my brother didn't throw away my retainer. Thanks, pal. But yeah, anyways, you have descended. You have confronted. Now you must surrender. My pulse quickens. To what? I whisper. Her answer is a whisper that shakes the room. To who you truly are. The chamber. Shame. Somebody's feeling shameful. To who they truly are. Don't be. Okay. Or they're feeling ashamed to be who they truly are, is what I would think that would be the proper construct there. Don't be. This new moon is giving you permission, full permission to break all of the contracts and to step fully into yourself, to let all that shit go and truly embody yourself, who you want to be, who you are in your heart of hearts. The chamber shifts, walls dissolving into visions. Vision 1, the past self. A version of you appears, younger, smaller, carrying burdens that were never hers. She looks at you with tired eyes. The new moon speaks. Release her. The younger you dissolves into light. Vision 2, the masked self. A second version appears, beautiful, polished, performing strength she does not feel. Her mask cracks. The new moon whispers, free her. She shatters into dust. Vision 3, the shadow self. A third version steps forward, dark, wounded, angry, powerful. She does not flinch. The new moon says, integrate her. You reach out. She reaches back. Your hands merge. The chamber trembles. I feel her enter me, The part of me I feared. The part of me I denied. The part of me that always knew the truth. My spine straightens. My breath deepens. My vision sharpens. I feel whole. For the first time in years, maybe ever, I feel whole. The new moon steps closer. Her veil dissolves. Her face is not a face. It is a void filled with stars. A mirror of the soul, a womb of potential. She places her hand over your heart. The chamber erupts in light. The initiation begins. The moon speaks. Tonight, you are rewritten. The light pours into you, not gentle, but precise, like a surgeon of the spirit. It burns away ancestral contracts, inherited wounds, false identities, outdated desires, illusions of powerlessness, the ghosts of who you were. It leaves behind. So what remains? Clarity, sovereignty, psychic strength, creative fire, the courage to choose yourself, the ability to walk between worlds. The moon whispers, you are not breaking, you are becoming. The light is overwhelming, but not painful. It feels like remembering something I forgot I knew. Like waking up, like returning to myself. I whisper, I accept. The chamber explodes in brilliance. When the light fades, you are standing in a circle of ash, the remains of everything you released. The new moon steps back. Her voice is softer now. The descent is complete. The confrontation is survived. The crucible is past. Now, rise. She lifts her hand. A doorway of light opens behind her. This is the exit. This is the rebirth. This is the beginning of the new cycle. The moon speaks one final time. Walk through and do not look back. I take a breath. I step forward. The light swallows me whole. I emerge. Changed. Reborn. Awake. End of Act 4, Act 5, the Oracle's closing message. A soft wind, ash settling, a single chime ringing in the dark. The light fades, the chamber dissolves, the new moon withdraws her blade. You stand at the threshold of the 8th district, reborn, rewritten, reclaimed. The city of houses exhales a long, slow breath, as if acknowledging your transformation. The watchers bow their heads. The peacock regent folds his iridescent wings. The thin ice orphans skate in widening circles of joy. The brass battalion lowers their instruments. The rainbow alchemist closes his cracked pot. The prospectors drop their lanterns. The gowned effigies melt into authenticity. The firebrand quiets. The sanctuary oak rustles. The chandelier eagle salutes the dawn. The mistress dissolves. The slave girl rises. Every archetype you met steps back into the shadows, not gone, but integrated. They are no longer omens. They are now parts of you. The new moon speaks one final time. You have descended into the depths. You have confronted the lords of your psyche. You have surrendered the false. You have integrated the shadow. You have accepted the truth. Now, rise. A soft glow surrounds you, not blinding, not overwhelming, just enough to illuminate the path ahead. I breathe in. The air tastes different, cleaner, sharper, alive. I feel the weight I carried, lifted, burned, transmuted. I feel the wound in my chest, not bleeding, but glowing. I feel the boundaries Saturn carved, firm, clear, sacred. I feel the ancestral ghosts, released, grateful, gone. I feel the lightning Uranus left behind, a spark of truth that will never dim. I feel the new moon's imprint, a seal of rebirth etched into my spirit. I whisper, I am not who I was. And the city of houses whispers back, good. This new moon is not gentle. It is not soft. It is not here to soothe you. It is here to initiate you. It asks you to release the ghosts that you inherited, to confront the contracts you never signed, to speak the boundaries you swallowed, to honor the wound you hid, to awaken the truth you denied. It asks you to descend, not to suffer, but to reclaim. It asks you to confront, not to break, but to become. It asks you to surrender, not to lose, but to rise. This new moon is a blade. Let it cut away what is dead. Let it carve space for what is real. Let it open the gate to who you are becoming. You are not falling apart. You are molting. You are not ending. You are beginning. You are not breaking. You are being reborn. The wind stills, the chamber fades, the ritual closes. The new moon's final whisper, go and do not look back. End of Act 5. So that is the message that I have for you guys. I hope this new moon brings you many blessings as the collective hopefully takes this message, receives this message, and moves forward in the best way possible. And to that, I bid you adieu until next time.